It'll be a pretty simple flow. We'll kind of build it up a little bit, but it'll just feel good to kind of get moving and grooving on this Monday evening. So we will start in our comfortable seated position this evening. I'm just going to take a second and double check that everyone is muted, and then we will get going. Alrighty. Bring it on down so I can see you guys. Bring my sandwich baggies and my water nearby. Alrighty. Okay, so welcome. Happy Monday. If you are new to class, my name is Sarah, and I am so happy to have you joining me. Like I said, this evening, we're just gonna kind of get going with a pretty easy flow, and we will kind of build up. So you have the option always to keep it at that initial basic flow that I'll introduce, or you can take it up a notch with any of the extra movements or modifications that I give. As always, if you need to take a break for water, I definitely encourage you to do so. And also, if you at any point would like to just press back to child's pose and take a break, or press back to down dog and take a break, that is also totally fabulous. As we get started this evening, I invite you to find a comfortable seated position on your mat, whatever that means for you as we get going. And then just for these first couple of minutes, we'll take a couple of moments to get centered, to focus in on our breath, and find a couple initial ranges of motion. So starting out, once you've gotten into that comfortable seated position, let's take our scan of the body, starting from the top of the head, moving all the way down to the tips of your toes. And as you take that scan, I just want you to notice how you're feeling, where you're at as we begin this evening, where those points of tension may be, where those places that are feeling particularly good this evening may be. And as you notice those, I invite you to take any ranges of motion that also may feel good. So as you feel that maybe there's some tension or tightness in your lower back, maybe you find a spinal twist. If you find that the core is a little bit sore from a workout that you did earlier today, and maybe it's a lateral stretch. If you find that the head and the neck are a little bit tense from sitting at your desk all day, maybe it's a roll side to side of the head and the neck. If there's something else that's going to feel particularly good, I invite you to find that. We're going to take about 4 more nice deep breaths here. So feel free to feel it out, find your range of motion, and find those nice deep breaths. Taking about 2 more nice deep breaths here. And when you finish that last one, just go ahead and bring it on back to center, back to that comfortable seated position. We won't spend too much longer here because I do want to kind of get us moving pretty quickly this evening, but we will flow through those first couple ranges of motion. I just want to start by connecting our breath to our movement with our arms. Let's take 4 nice deep breaths, leading with those arms. As you inhale, they'll sweep out and up, and as you exhale, they'll circle down and around. With that next big inhale, go ahead and join me. Bringing those arms out and up, nice big stretch long away from center, and that exhale brings it down and around. So feel free to move at your own pace here. If your inhales and exhales are a little bit slower or faster than mine, I invite you to take those arms exactly at that pace that you find that inhale and exhale. We've got about 2 more here. And the last one, big deep breath, big inhale and exhale. When you finish that one out, we're going to move right into our spinal twist. So that next inhale finds that nice long spine, and that exhale is going to bring us over in one direction or the other, bringing that opposite hand around to the outside of that knee, and that same side hand around behind the back. From there, same as before, I invite you to flow with the pace of your breath, allowing each inhale to bring you through center. Those arms can come up or they can stay low, and that exhale to bring you over in that other direction. Just making sure that with each inhale, you come through center and find that super long spine, not letting the lower back round out towards that back wall, making sure that you have that good posture as we find that twist. Let's go ahead and find 2 more nice deep breaths, or 3 if you need to even out, finding One more in each direction. When you finish that last one, just go ahead and bring it on back to center. We're going to find our lateral stretch next. So that inhale brings us back to center. Let that exhale release the shoulders low away from the ears. And then that next inhale, we're going to sweep those arms out and up one more time. So bringing them up towards the ceiling, stretching nice and long. With that exhale, go ahead and bring that right hand down towards the mat, left arm up over top. The hand can meet or the elbow can meet depending on how you're feeling. And then once again, go ahead and flow with your breath, allowing that inhale to pull you through center using your core, and that exhale over to that second side. Go ahead and keep it moving a couple times each direction and find the depth that works for you here. But once again, if just the hand is ready to come down this evening, just bring that hand down. If the elbow is ready to come down as well, feel free to bring that elbow down and get a little bit deeper into that stretch. And go ahead and find 2 to 3 more, evening out, making sure you hit that second side last. And after that second side, that final time, go ahead and find that big inhale to bring those arms up nice and long, and then that exhale just circles them down and around. All righty. From here, let's find that roll of the head and the neck. So finding your inhale for your long spine. Our exhale drops the chin to the chest, and then we're just going to find our half circles. Right ear comes towards that right shoulder. Nice big stretch through the left side of the neck. Exhale brings us back down through center, and the left ear comes to left shoulder, finding that opening through the right side of the neck. Just kind of rocking back and forth, nice and slow and controlled, finding that stretch in either direction. Not quite taking that full circle, but if you want to extend a little bit further back, pointing that nose up towards that opposite corner, if it feels good, you can. If it doesn't feel quite right, feel free to keep it at that little bit smaller of a range of motion. Go ahead and find 2 more nice deep breaths in this roll of the head and the neck. And that next exhale brings us back to center, dropping the chin back to the chest. And then that inhale lifts that head back up nice and long. We're going to find just 2 lower body stretches. Both of them are going to be legs straight out in front. We've got that hinge in our hips. So go ahead and make that adjustment. Take those legs out long. We're just going to start to get our hamstrings warmed up before we get into our standing ranges of motion. So go ahead and give me that nice big inhale, long spine. Feel free to take those arms up if it feels right. Our exhale folds us forward, keeping the long spine as far as you can in that hinge. And then that next exhale rounds out and stretches into it. That nice lower body stretch, shoulders opening up towards that back wall. Fabulous. Take one more deep breath here in this forward fold. Next inhale sits us up nice and tall. We're just going to find that one more time before we move on. So once again, feel free to take those arms up or leave them low. Long spine at the top. Exhale, folds forward. Keep your long spine as far as you can. Hit that edge of that range of motion. And then exhale to round and release into it for that nice big final stretch here. Fabulous. Go ahead and find one more nice deep breath in this forward fold. And then that next inhale rolls us on up. Alrighty, you guys, we are gonna get moving here. So let's take a moment to transition up to standing. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of my water, so feel free to do the same, and then we will get into our flow this evening. Take that transition however you need to. You can bring it on around, you can roll right over, and then we will meet at the top of our mat. All right, so bringing it up to our standing position, finding the top of our mat. And first thing that we're going to do is find our spinal ranges of motion here. So kind of our standing cat and cow. We're going to find our opening up through the spine, and then we're going to find our opening up through the chest here. So I just kind of want you to find those ranges of motion nice and easy with your inhales and exhales. With your inhale, pulling the shoulder blades together, opening up, maybe a lift of the chin. And with your exhale, not quite into that forward fold, but opening the shoulder blades and kind of rounding out the spine towards that back wall. Taking this a couple of times in either direction, finding the range of motion that feels right for you. If it feels good, maybe you interlace those hands behind the back and open up a little bit further through the chest. Maybe you fold a little bit further forward to open up through the lower spine. Just find the range that works for you this evening, taking those breaths when you get to the top of that mat. Fabulous. Give me 2 more nice deep breaths, twice in each direction here. When you finish out, go ahead and find that nice long spine, find your mountain pose, find your good posture, pulling the shoulder blades just slightly together, letting the shoulders release away from the ears. Fabulous. We're going to flow into and out of our forward fold nice and slow and controlled. So go ahead and give me a big inhale, bring those arms out and up. With your exhale, go ahead and fold it forward. You can either roll down vertebrae by vertebrae or keep that long spine until you hit the edge of that range of motion and round out. Whichever is going to feel good for you here this evening. We'll spend 1 deep breath here in this forward fold. Inhale and exhale. And then that next inhale, nice and slow and controlled, we'll roll it back up to standing all the way to our extended mountain. So again, take this at your own pace here. The inhale takes us up. The exhale takes us down. 1 breath at the bottom. And then an inhale to roll it all the way back up. Let's find that one more time just like that. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, folds it forward or rolls it down vertebrae by vertebrae. 1 nice deep breath at the bottom. And then an inhale to roll it back up. Fabulous. Give me that inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive it forward, forward fold. Let's add that halfway lift here, that nice flat back and long spine with our next inhale. Exhale, folds it forward. Fabulous. Let's take this back up, extended mountain. All the way up, nice long spine. Inhale, takes the arms overhead. Exhale, folds it forward once again. Take it down. We've got our halfway lift. When you hit the bottom, next inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold it down. From here, I want to take a moment in this forward fold, get those legs a little bit warmed up. I'm going to give you a couple options. Feel free to take whichever feels good for you. You can just find that rag doll, letting the head and neck relax, finding that opposite elbow with that opposite hand. If you'd like, from there, you can move it a little bit side to side, opening up through the sides of the spine, through the obliques, whatever feels good there. If that doesn't feel quite right and you just like to find that forward fold, feel free to keep a generous bend in those knees. If the back of the legs aren't feeling super loose quite yet, maybe you shake the head yes or no, nice and slow and controlled, finding that stretch. Let's take 1 more deep breath wherever you are. Next inhale rolls us all the way up, extended mountain. We're going to move it on from there and kind of get into our flow. So take those arms up overhead, nice big stretch. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale, go ahead and fold it forward. Bend the knees, plant the hands. We're going to step that right foot back nice and long into our crescent lunge. So the heel stays up, the toe comes down. Inhale, find your balance, sweep those arms up, keep that bend through that left knee. Now our goal in our crescent lunge is to get that right leg as long as it can be and that left knee bent at that 90 degrees. But if you're not quite there yet because we've just started, don't worry too much about that. Just make sure that that knee is not drifting out over top of those toes, but it's staying back over the ankle. From here, let's go ahead and fold it back forward. Bring those hands down to the mat. Take that left foot up and back, 3-legged dog. And then nice and gently go ahead and place it down next to the right. We're in that downward facing dog. Take that moment once again, maybe just pedal out those heels. Hips are up and back. Find that nice big stretch through the posterior chain, through the back of the legs and the spine. From here, we're going to hit our low flow. Let's take it first time through with those modifications. As always, if you prefer child's pose for this, I invite you to take it here. Our exhale is going to float those shoulders out over the wrists into our high push-up plank position. From here, let's nice and easy set those knees down, keep the elbows close, and then lower the chest down to the floor. The next inhale brings us up into our baby cobra. So top of the feet meet the floor, nice little lift through that upper body. And then our exhale turns those toes over, presses the hips back up and back into our downward facing dog. Fabulous. Let's find that one more time. Same thing. Inhale for our long spine here. Exhale, floats the shoulders out over the wrists. Nice and easy. Set those knees down. Keep the elbows close. High to low chaturanga. When you hit the bottom, press up into that baby cobra. Nice little upper body lift. And then our exhale turns the toes back over, presses the hips up and back into our downward facing dog. If you found that child's pose, go ahead and lift those hips, curl the toes under, and then press the hips up and back, meeting us in that downward facing dog. From here, let's bend those knees and walk those feet forward to meet the hands. We're back in that forward fold. Fabulous. Go ahead and inhale, roll it all the way up to our extended mountain. And that is our baseline flow. So at any point, feel free to come right back to that this evening as we build on. Go ahead and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forward. Plant those hands, step that left foot back nice and long. Keep the heel off of the floor, find your balance. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Sink into that right knee this time and think about lengthening that left leg. Fabulous. Let's hold it here for just an extra moment. Big inhale, lengthens a little bit more. Exhale, folds it forward, plants those hands, three-legged dog with that right foot. Press it up and back, nice and long. And then nice and easy, set it down next to the left. From here, same thing. Option for your child's pose if that's what feels right for you this evening. Option for that flow. We're going to take it up just a notch, but also feel free to take those other options. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, floats the shoulders out over the wrists. From the toes or the knees this time, chaturanga, high to low, elbows stay close. And then baby cobra or cobra. Turn the toes over, press that chest up. Arms can be long or elbows can be bent. Turn the toes over, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Same thing one more time, unless you're in that child's pose. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, floats those shoulders out over those wrists, toes, or knees. High to low chaturanga. Keep the elbows close. Inhale, baby cobra or cobra. Press the chest up, find that stretch. Turn those toes over, hips up and back, downward facing dog. If you found that child's pose, go ahead and lift it up. Turn the toes over. Meet us in that down dog. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet the hands. Forward fold. All right, inhale rolls us all the way up, extended mountain. Fabulous. Let's go right back into it. Exhale, fold it forward. Halfway lift, nice long spine, flat back. Exhale, fold it forward. We're just moving a little faster this time. We're keeping it right at that same range of motion. Right foot steps back nice and long. Heel stays off the floor. Inhale, sweeps the arms up. Crescent lunge, find your balance. Next, exhale, folds us forward, plants those hands. Left foot goes to that three-legged dog. Press it up and back. And then set the left foot down next to the right. Option for your low flow or your child's pose. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, floats the shoulders out over the wrists. High to low, chaturanga, toes or knees. Baby cobra or cobra, pressing the chest up. Turn the toes over, hips up and back. Downward facing dog one more time through, unless you're resting in that child's pose. Exhale, floats those shoulders out over the wrists. High to low, chaturanga, toes or knees. Inhale, press the chest up. Cobra, baby cobra. Exhale, turns the toes over, hips up and back, downward facing dog. If you found that child's pose, go ahead and meet us right there. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet the hands, forward fold. Inhale rolls us all the way up. Let's hit that same thing on that other side. Keep it moving here. Nice work. Exhale, folds us forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, long spine. Fold it forward. Step that left foot back nice and long. Heel stays off the floor. Find your balance. Sweep it up into that crescent lunge. Keep that bend in that right knee, that long left leg. Exhale, fold us forward. Plant those hands. Three-legged dog. Right foot up and back. Set it down next to the left. Option for child's pose. Option for that low flow. Float the shoulders out over the wrists. High to low chaturanga. Press the chest up. Cobra, baby cobra, up dog. Turn the toes over, hips up and back, downward facing dog. One more time, unless you're in child's pose. Exhale, floats the shoulders over the wrists. Chaturanga to bring us low. Inhale to press up, cobra, up dog, baby cobra. Exhale, turns the toes over, hips up and back, down dog. If you found that child's pose, go ahead and bring those hips up and back to meet us there. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet the hands, forward fold. Go ahead and roll it all the way up. We're going to find just a couple of little additions here on this next one, so stick with me. Exhale, fold this forward. Halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Fold it forward, first addition. Let's find that chair pose. Inhale, sweeps the arms up, sinks the hips back. Keep that spine super long here. Give me one more exhale to sink into a little bit deeper. Nice. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Extend those legs forward, fold. Go ahead and step that right foot back nice and long. Keep the heel up. Inhale, sweeps the arms up, crescent. From here, let's add on that warrior two. Turn the right heel down, open the arms up. And let's bring it to peaceful. Flip the front palm, lift it up and back. Cartwheel it all the way down. Left hand, right heel lifts. Step that left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Set it down next to the right, downward facing dog. Child's pose or down dog is your option here, or let's find that low flow twice through. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, floats shoulders out over the wrists. Chaturanga, head to low. Up dog, cobra, baby cobra. Exhale, turns toes over, hips up and back one more time through. Long spine. Exhale, floats shoulders out over the wrists. High to low, chaturanga. Press the chest up. Exhale, turns the toes over, hips up and back. If you found that child's pose, go ahead and join us right there. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet the hands, forward fold. Inhale, rolls us all the way up. Nice work, you guys. Let's keep it going. Exhale, swan dives us forward, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Fold it forward. We've got our chair pose here. Sweep the arms up, sink the hips back. Fabulous. Nice, you guys look awesome. Sink a little bit deeper into it with that next exhale. We've got one more inhale to lengthen the arms a little bit more. Exhale, folds it forward, lifts the hips. Let's step that left foot back nice and long into our crescent lunge. Find your balance, sweep the arms up. Adding that warrior two to this one. Turn the left heel down, open the arms. Peaceful, flips the front palm, lifts it up and back. Exhale, cartwheels us all the way down. Right hand, left heel. Right foot up and back, three-legged dog. Set it down next to the left. Child's pose, downward facing dog, or low flow. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, shoulders come out over wrists. High to low, chaturanga. Press the chest up, cobra, up dog, baby cobra. Exhale, turns toes over, hips up and back, downward facing dog. One more time through just like that. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, floats the shoulders out over the wrists, chaturanga. Cobra, baby cobra, up dog. Turn the toes over, hips up and back, down dog. If you found that child's pose, go ahead and turn those toes over. Press those hips up and back, meet us in that down dog. Bend those knees, step or jump those feet forward to meet the hands, forward fold. Inhale rolls us all the way up. We're gonna go through one more time on each side before we get a little break. So last time on each side before our break, exhale, folds us forward. Halfway lift, nice flat back, long spine. Fold it forward, here comes that chair pose. Inhale, sweeps the arms up, sinks the hips back. Find that super long spine, make sure you keep it long in this one. Fabulous, sink those hips a little bit deeper. Inhale, folds it forward. Let's go ahead and step that right foot back nice and long. Sweep those arms up, sink into that left knee, crescent lunge. Warrior two, turn that right heel down, open those arms up, flip the front palm, lift it up and back. Let's add our side angle here. So rather than cartwheeling all the way down, we're gonna take it out to nice and long, back to that warrior two. Bend that left elbow, bring it down to that left knee, take that right arm up over top. Nice big stretch in that opposite direction. Inhale takes us back up, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheels us down. Left hand, right heel lifts. Left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Option to flow the way that we were, or to keep that foot up and back for this low flow. Child's pose and down dog are always options. If you're keeping that foot up and back, we're floating the shoulders out over the wrists and keeping it up for chaturanga. By the time you hit up dog, make sure you plant that foot back down. We've got both feet down for up dog or cobra. Turn the toes over, hips up and back. If you found it on that first one and you'd like to find it on that second one, feel free to do so. If you prefer to keep both feet down, or as always, find child's pose That is fabulous. Go ahead and bring it up and back into that downward facing dog. Bend those knees, step or jump those feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, rolls us all the way up. We've just got to hit that other side, and then we've got a nice long break coming up. So stick with me one more time through. Exhale, folds us forward. Halfway lift, flat back on the spine. Fold it forward. We've got our chair pose coming up next. Inhale, sweeps the arms up, sinks the hips back. Nice long spine here. Awesome, fabulous. Fold it forward, lift those hips. Step that left foot back nice and long. Bend that right knee, sweep those arms up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Turn that left heel down, open it, warrior two. Reverse it, flip the front palm, lift it up and back, peaceful. Back out to center, let's add that side angle here. Exhale, brings it to our warrior two. Bends that right elbow, brings it down to that right knee. Left arm lifts up over top for that opposite side stretch. Inhale takes us back up, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheels us down. Right hand, left heel. Same couple of options here. Let's take that right foot up and back, three-legged dog. You can keep it up or you can place it down. You can always find that child's pose. If it's up, floating the shoulders over the wrists, only keeping it up through that chaturanga, making sure you place it down for that up dog. Hips up and back down dog. One more time. And we're all gonna meet in our child's pose after this last low flow. So if you found that flow, whether the foot was up or down, or if you found that downward facing dog for your resting position, let's all meet our friends in that child's pose from this down dog, setting those knees down wide, sinking those hips back towards the heels, and finding that nice, easy pose here. Now, a couple of options. You can keep it right in center. If it feels good, you can walk those hands over to the right side of the mat, lengthening through the left side of the body. If that doesn't feel good, you can keep it right in center. If you'd like to circle those arms around behind, maybe interlacing them behind the back to open up, or you can bend at those elbows, keep them down on the mat, and bring the hands to the shoulders for a little bit deeper of a tricep stretch. Now this is your opportunity to find your breath. I'm gonna grab a drink while we're in this pose. We've got about 4 or 5 more nice deep breaths. So kind of feel what feels right. Take a sip if you are ready for it. Ooh, I am certainly sweating, so I am ready for a sip of water. If you found that right side of the mat and you haven't switched sides, taking those hands over to the left, please make sure to do that here, making sure you even up. If you found that sip, go ahead and make your way on back to that child's pose. Alrighty, we're gonna move just a few more times through. Same as before, I'll give some additional options. You can always step it back and keep it right where we were when we got started. You can always step it up and take those extra additions. Whatever works for you, whatever is your workout this evening, and take it at the pace that works for you. So if I'm moving a little bit fast or a little bit slow, feel free to take it down or up a notch from where I am. Follow the pace of your breath. From here, let's go ahead and bring it to center, plant those hands, lift the hips, curl the toes under, press the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take just a moment here, find that nice stretch, nice and easy, before we get to flowing once again. And let's go ahead and bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet the hands. Forward fold at the top of our mat. Go ahead and roll it all the way up, extended mountain. We're gonna get moving again. Exhale, folds us forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold it forward, chair pose. Inhale, sweeps the arms up, sinks the hips back. Here's an option for an addition, or with that next exhale, you can fold it forward. For your option for the addition, we're gonna take that right heel, we're gonna lift it up, and we're gonna slide those right toes back instead of being folded forward. It's a little bit of an extra balance challenge. If you wanted to, you could fold it forward, plant the hands, step the right foot back. From here, let's take it from our crescent lunge into that warrior two. Turn the right heel down, open the arms up. Flip the front palm, lift it up and back, peaceful. Bring it back out to center, warrior two. Extended side angle. Bend that left elbow, bring it down to that knee, right arm up over top for more challenge. Lift that left elbow off of the knee, extend the left fingertips out in front of your torso. Little extra core, little extra twist. Bring it back up to center, warrior two on nice long arms. Exhale, cartwheels it forward, left arm, right heel. Three-legged dog, here we go. Press that foot up and back. Option to add a hip opener here. So you can keep it up nice and long, or you can bend at that knee, open up through the hip towards that left wall, nice big stretch. If you found that, go ahead, lengthen that leg. Again, option to set that foot down and find that low flow. Option for your child's pose, or option to leave that left foot up as we flow through. High to low chaturanga. Make sure you bring it down for that up dog or cobra. Exhale, turns the toes over, hips up and back, same thing one more time, toes up or toes down, or maybe you're still in that child's pose, and that is fabulous too. Bring it to cobra or up dog, and turning it over, hips up and back, down dog. If you found that child's pose, go ahead and bring it up to meet us. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, rolls us all the way up. Fabulous, let's hit that other side. One knee to the top, our next exhale folds us forward. Halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Fold it forward. Here comes that chair. Sweep the arms up, sink the hips back. You've got your same options here. You can fold it forward to bring it to that crescent lunge, or you can lift that left heel, keep that right knee bent. Slide or step that left foot back. Either way, go ahead and find your balance. Bring it up into that crescent lunge. Nice long torso, nice long arms. Let's bring it to our warrior two. Left heel turns down, arms open up. Peaceful, flips the front palm, lift it up and back. Go ahead and bring it back on out. We've got our warrior two. Extended side angle. Right elbow bends. Bring it down towards the leg. Left arm up over top. Option to increase that intensity. Lifts the right elbow off of the knee. Extends it out in front of that torso for that extra little bit of twist. Next inhale brings us back up to that warrior two. Exhale, cartwheels us forward. Right arm, left heel. Three-legged dog, press that right foot up and back. Option for that hip opener here. Leg can stay long, or you can bend that knee, open up through the hip towards that right wall. If you found that right there, go ahead and lengthen that leg. And then option for keeping it up or bringing it down, or child's pose. If we find those 2 times through that low flow, go ahead and move at your own pace there. Bringing it back to that down dog. Again, option for that leg up or leg down. Chaturanga, cobra or up dog. And bringing it back to that down dog. If you found that child's pose, go ahead and bring it up. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, rolls us up. Whew. Pull those palms together right up overhead and bring them down to heart center. All right, let's see, time check. We've got 4 minutes. We are going to just do a really quick sun sal on each side, so the very baseline to finish us off in this meeting. We will continue to add on in that second meeting, but as always, I know that not all of you can stick around for a full 60 minutes. So just one more time through each side here. Give me a big inhale, bring the arms out and up. Exhale, fold this forward. Halfway lift. Flat back, long spine. Fold it forward. Step that right foot back nice and long. Plant those toes, keep the heel up, lift the arms, sweep it into crescent. We're bringing it right back down, fold it forward. Hands meet the floor. Left foot goes up and back, three-legged dog. Set it down next to the right. Child's pose or chaturanga, high to low. Press the chest up, cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Keep it in that child's pose if you're there. Exhale, floats the shoulders out over the wrists if you're flowing. Lower it down, press the chest up. Turn the toes over, hips up and back. Down dog, bend those knees, Step or jump it forward to meet the hands. Forward, fold. Fabulous. Final time through, bring it all the way up. Just gotta hit that second side. Fold it forward. Whew. Halfway lift when you hit the bottom. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Step the left foot back nice and long. When you find your balance, sweep the arms up. Awesome, bring it right back down. Right foot goes up and back, three-legged dog. Step it down next to the left. Last 2 times here in this meeting. Floating the shoulders out over the wrists. Chaturanga, toes or knees. Press the chest up. Cobra, up dog. Toes turn over, hips up and back, down dog. Final time in this meeting, here we go. Floating the shoulders out over the wrists, high to low, chaturanga, toes or knees. Press the chest up, cobra, up dog. Turn the toes over, hips up and back, down dog. Let's bring it down to our child's pose. Set those knees down nice and wide. Set those hips back towards the heels. Fabulous. All right. Go ahead and walk those hands in as you set that torso up. I'm just gonna turn to face you guys. All righty. So that brings us to the end of our first 40 minutes. If you are able to and would like to join for the next 20, we'll just kind of cap off that flow with a few other increased modifications. Thank you for being here, and namaste. Enjoy the rest of your Monday and your week, and I'll see you guys next time. And if you are able to join me, we'll be right back in this meeting. We'll just take a second, give everyone a little bit of time to adjust. All right. Just gonna confirm that everyone's muted here, and I'll meet you guys in that child's pose. All righty. Fabulous. So taking just a moment when you get there. Once again, if it feels good to maybe walk those hands side to side, bend at the elbows, and put the hands onto the shoulders. This is a great opportunity for you to grab another sip of water if you need it. And just coming back into your breath for a few moments here. Taking our midway scan of the body, noticing where you're at, how you're feeling after we've been moving and grooving for 40 minutes. That was a challenging flow. We kind of kept it moving the whole time. So hopefully it's starting to feel warm and warmed up here in this. If you found any of those modifications of that child's pose, go ahead and lengthen those arms back out nice and long. And let's bring it into our downward facing dog for just a couple of moments here. Lifting the hips, curling the toes under, pressing the hips up and back. Taking a moment here, pedaling out those heels, maybe pressing both heels down and then lifting up onto those toes. Finding that nice big stretch through the back of the legs. Before we get moving in our flow, let's find our half pigeon once on each side. So I'm going to take that right foot, I'm going to lift it up and back, three-legged dog very briefly, and I'm going to use that lifted leg. I'm going to sweep it forward, and I'm going to place the shin down on the mat right underneath my hips. From here, letting the top of that left foot meet the mat, sinking down into those hips, and then find whatever version of this feels good for you. The torso can stay long, you can bring the palms down, you can bring the elbows down, or you can bring the forehead onto the back of the hands, whatever feels right here. This is a little bit uncomfortable. Feel free to sit forward a little bit more, letting a little bit more space underneath that hip, a little more pressure through that right shin. Maybe have a blanket or your block tucked under that right hip. Fabulous. If you found those elbows or you brought that forehead down, go ahead and bring it back up onto those palms. We're just going to switch sides. So curl the left toe under, lift the knee. As we send the hips up, we're going to take the right foot back to meet the left in our downward facing dog. And then we're just going to switch and do that other side. Left foot up and back, three-legged dog. And then we're going to sweep it forward, place the shin down onto the mat, right underneath those hips. Sink down into it. Top of that right foot meets the mat. Same 3 options. You can keep it up nice and tall. You can find those elbows, or you can bring that forehead down to the backs of those hands. Take a couple of breaths here in this half pigeon. Fabulous. If you found those elbows or you brought that head down, go ahead and place those hands back on the mat. Curl the right toe under, lift the knee as you send the hips up. Go ahead and take that left foot back to meet the right, downward facing dog. We're going to get back into that flow here. So go ahead and bend the knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet the hands forward fold. Inhale, rolls us all the way up, extended mountain. Awesome. Let's keep it going. Exhale, fold us forward. Halfway lift, nice flat back, long spine. Fold it forward. Here comes that chair pose. Sweep those arms up, sink those hips back. From here, you've got those two options. So you can either slide back or you can fold it forward and place the hands down. Let's start taking that right foot back long. Toes come down, heel comes up. Find your balance. Bring it into that crescent lunge. Let's take it out to our warrior two. Turn the right heel down, open the arms up. Flip the front palm, lift it up and back. Peaceful. Bring it back out to center. Warrior two. Let's take it down to that extended side angle. Bend the left elbow, bring it down to the knee. Right arm comes up over top. Same as before, feel free to extend that arm out in front, or this is the position that we're going to go into our half moon from. So maybe you extend that arm down towards the mat. We're opening through the chest. Fabulous. Inhale takes us back up to that nice long spine in our warrior two. And then let's cartwheel it down. Left hand, right heel. From here, we are going to take that left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Option for that hip opener, bend that knee and open through the hip, or keep it right in that three-legged dog, whichever works for you here. If you found that hip opener, take that leg long. Once again, you can plant it next to the right, or you can use it for that flow. Always feel free to take that child's pose here. Take these two at your own pace if you're finding that flow, making sure that you plant that foot down before you bring it into that cobra or up dog if you found that three-legged dog. Twice through, same as before, and then we'll meet in that down dog. Fabulous, fabulous. If you found that child's pose, go ahead and bring it back into that down dog. Here's one of our additions. We're going to take it briefly into dolphin pose. So the difference between dolphin and down dog is just where our hands are. Instead of our hands being planted, we're going to take those elbows down onto the mat. So I invite you to bring it down, make that adjustment, and then press the hips up and back, pressing back through the shoulders. So elbows are down, forearms are parallel to each other on the mat. Hips are still up and back nice and long. This just changes those muscle groups a little bit, puts a little bit more work for those shoulders. Let's take it back into that downward facing dog. So stepping back up onto those palms, pressing those hips up and back, bend the knees, step or jump the feet forward to meet the hands. Forward fold. Inhale, rolls us all the way up. Extended mountain. Exhale, swan dives us forward, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Fold it forward. Next, we're bringing into that chair. Sweep those arms up, sink those hips back. Fabulous. Option to fold it forward or option to take that left foot and slide it directly back into that crescent lunge. If you fold it forward, take that moment, find your balance, bring it up. Let's bring it into our warrior two. Turn that left heel down, open those arms up, flip the front palm, lift it up and back, peaceful. Bring it back out to center, warrior two. Extended side angle, bend that right elbow, bring it down, left arm up over top, same couple of options. You can take that arm out in front, you can open it towards the floor. We're looking to open those shoulders or open the chest, stacking the shoulders on top of each other. Next inhale brings us back up to that warrior two. Exhale, cartwheels us down. Right hand, left heel, right foot up and back, three-legged dog. Option for your hip opener, feel free to bend that knee, open it up nice and long. If you found that, go ahead, lengthen that leg. Child's pose, downward facing dog, or our low flow. Here we go, 2 times through, take it at your own pace. As always in that low flow, feel free to drop those knees. Even if you're doing that three-legged dog to low flow. Let's go ahead and bring it back into that downward facing dog. And then we've got that dolphin pose. So dropping those elbows down to the mat, just changing our base of support just a little bit, pressing back. So we're engaging the shoulders to press them back. So we're bringing the ears between the biceps still and the hips up and back. Let's go ahead and bring it back up to those palms. We've got that downward facing dog. Bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet the hands. Go ahead and bring it all the way up, extended mountain. And then bring those hands down to heart center. So this next, just one more time through each side here. Give me a big inhale, bring the arms out and up. Exhale, fold this forward. Halfway lift. Flat back, long spine. Fold it forward. Step that right foot back nice and long. Plant those toes, keep the heel up, lift the arms, sweep it into crescent. We're bringing it right back down, fold it forward. Hands meet the floor. Left foot goes up and back, three-legged dog. Set it down next to the right. Child's pose or chaturanga, high to low. Press the chest up, cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Keep it in that child's pose if you're there. Exhale, floats the shoulders out over the wrists if you're flowing. Lower it down, press the chest up. Turn the toes over, hips up and back. Down dog, bend those knees. Step or jump it forward to meet the hands. Forward, fold. Fabulous. Final time through, bring it all the way up. Just gotta hit that second side. Fold it forward. Whew. Halfway lift when you hit the bottom. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold it forward. Step the left foot back nice and long. When you find your balance, sweep the arms up. Awesome, bring it right back down. Right foot goes up and back, three-legged dog. Step it down next to the left. Last 2 times here in this meeting. Floating the shoulders out over the wrists. Chaturanga, toes or knees. Press the chest up. Cobra, up dog. Toes turn over, hips up and back, down dog. Final time in this meeting, here we go. Floating the shoulders out over the wrists, high to low. Chaturanga, toes or knees. Press the chest up, cobra, up dog. Turn the toes over, hips up and back, down dog. Let's bring it down to our child's pose. Set those knees down nice and wide. Set those hips back towards the heels. Fabulous. All right. Go ahead and walk those hands in as you sit that torso up. I'm just going to turn to face you guys. All righty.